Hello everyone, and a warm welcome again from Visaman UK. Right, so in this video we are going to continue on with the Geographical Strategy series and look at another region in the UK to identify the specialisation and the kind of jobs that you should be looking for in the region. And the focus of this video is the east of England. Yes, that region of the map of England. So, what are the main areas in this region? The main areas in this region are Cambridge, Peterborough, Hertfordshire, and Norfolk and Suffolk. These are like the main districts or the main cities and areas, regions in this region of the UK. Now, this whole region, the east of England, is renowned as a hub of IT, business, and engineering. Not just that, it is renowned as a place where young people are in abundance, and young people are always needed. A lot of graduate scheme apprenticeships and a lot of up-and-coming researchers, scientists, engineering professionals, IT professionals, and business professionals as well are aplenty in this region. And there is always a demand for it. It's one of the highest growing regions in the UK. Now let's look at some of the data on unfilled vacancies. Again, a common trend all over the UK is a requirement for care service workers. So obviously this region is not an exception. So 44% of unfilled vacancies are in care services, because there are a number of major hospitals here, namely Addenbrooke's Hospital and many others in this region. So 44% of the unfilled vacancies at the moment relate to care services. So nurses, hospital workers, etc., etc. But that's not the interesting statistic. The interesting statistics follow. For instance, 25% of unfilled vacancies relate to business. That is quite a high number. And then engineering and IT technicians and professionals are about 16% in terms of unfilled vacancies, and then 15% pure science and engineering. A lot of research vacancies, a lot of project management vacancies, everything. And what are some of the major employers? Cambridge University, massive employer. BAE Systems, Marshall's Aerospace, Microsoft Research, only for the PhDs, I would say. Hertfordshire University, MathWorks, the creators of MATLAB. Mars UK, the chocolate bar company. Cancer Research UK, Warner Brothers Studios, some of the major companies in the area. And a lot of these companies, and almost all of these companies, are capable of providing sponsorship. So what are the sample jobs for the whole region? As I told, this region specializes for science careers and universities, etc. So it's a university-driven and science-driven region. So research scientist is on the top. Software developer. This is very interesting. Now, if we talk about Cambridge or Cambridgeshire, it's not just a center for science and research. There are a lot of technological organizations here. Technological engineering, IT engineering, and all sorts of technologically related companies here. Small companies, large companies, you name it, the region's got it all. So software developers, again, a lot of marketing, sales, and project manager opportunities. If you look around in the market, you will know that this is right. Food processing professionals. Care services, well, food processing professionals, because of companies like Mars UK and several other agricultural companies, because there is a region, a part of this region, which specializes in agriculture related activities very heavily for the UK. Now, let's narrow down on Cambridgeshire and Peterborough, the most important region of this part of the country. There is a lot of skills in shortage, mainly relating to biosciences, pharmaceutical, and life science. Some of the biggest research companies in the world are located here. And major employment opportunities in IT and telecom, well, IS as in information systems, then advanced software development, advanced computer programming, mechanical engineering, business and marketing. Quite important, because there are a lot of regions in the country where it wouldn't be quite easy to find business and marketing opportunities, especially for entry-level professionals. Then manufacturing, engineering and processing, computer gaming, again something related to IT, something related to computing, water and energy. So let's move on to some more specific details about this region in particular. For instance, some of the major organizations, some of the major companies in this region. Cambridge University, again, massive employment opportunities. Now, it's important to note that Cambridge University is not just one university building. It's like spread all across the city of Cambridge, and then it consists of various colleges, various different departments, and they all have their own publishing, they all have their own research and development, and so yeah, it's quite exhaustive. So it is a huge employer in this part of the country. ARM Semiconductors, again, technological design, sorry, I meant to say that. BAE Systems, Amgen Pharmaceuticals, Marshall's Aerospace, Mars UK, Microsoft Research, which very recently came to Cambridge about 2 or 3 years ago. Cambridge University Press, a part of Cambridge University again, MathWorks, and the pharmaceutical giant AstraZeneca, which recently relocated and just completely shifted base from somewhere around the area of Manchester to Cambridge, creating a large number of employment opportunities in this part of the UK. Now, some very interesting facts, key facts which it would be very important for you, because of which you should be considering this part of the UK in your job search. Now, Cambridge is the third most active market in the UK. If you look at a list of the most active job markets in the UK, obviously the first in the list is Aberdeen, because it's quite remote. There aren't too many people. Second in the list, interestingly, is Reading, which is a region that we are going to come to later on in the series. And then it's Cambridge. Cambridge also tops the list for the best specialised IT professionals opportunities available in the UK. So specialised IT opportunities, Bluetooth development, PLCs, and IT, information system architecture, and various sort of advanced IT opportunities are plenty in this part of the UK. So if you're an IT consultant, if you're an IT specialist, a designer, whatever, you will be able to find some sort of an opportunity in this part of the country. Also, according to Express.co.uk, one of the leading newspaper publishing companies in the UK, Cambridge tops the list of cities where it's easiest to find a job in the UK. And this data has remained consistent over the years, actually. For about 5 to 10 years, since about 10 years, Cambridge has been one of the places which has been attracting a lot of young talent because of the fact that there are plenty of jobs available here. And again, something related to the other major city that we have focused on in this region, which is Peterborough. Peterborough had, and actually still has, a low cost of living and is commutable from Cambridge. Now, yes, it is also important to observe that Cambridge has a very high cost of living. So rents and everything else, commute, everything is quite expensive in Cambridge. So a lot of people travel down from Peterborough to Cambridge as well, because it's commutable, because the cost of living in Peterborough is quite low. Now, let's move on to the next region, which is Hertfordshire. Skills in shortage are satellite communication and advanced engineering. Look at that. That is quite spectacular, isn't it? Sales, marketing, finance and information, ICT. Well, information communication technologies. Communications, again, film and media. Biological research, pharmaceutical manufacturing, research and development. Again, because of its vicinity to Cambridge University and the lower cost of living in this side of the region, per se, because Cambridgeshire is quite expensive. Because of these factors, that there are a lot of research, pharmaceutical, biological, IT, etc. research and development companies in this side of the region as well. What are some of the major companies? EADS Astrium, that is a company which deals with satellite and space technology. Again, fascinating, very interesting. GSK, I know, GlaxoSmithKline, Warner Brothers Studio. Now that fuels the creative side of things, communication, films and media side of things. University of Hertfordshire, Roche. So again, as you say, this is quite a large region and it has quite a number of specializations to offer. Now we move on to the lesser areas in terms of employment, I would say, in this region, which is New Anglia, which is Norfolk and Suffolk. Now these are essentially farmlands, but they do provide, because they're like there's like a lot of region unpopulated in this area as well. There are opportunities in advanced manufacturing, renewable energy, financial services and investment, agriculture, food and drink, and life sciences and biotechnology. So again, I'd like to draw your focus back to Cambridgeshire and Peterborough. To be honest, that is the most important region in this particular area of the UK. Make sure that you actually take into account the number of young graduates coming into the country because of the opportunities provided in Cambridgeshire and Peterborough. So now we get on to how to actually use this info, which is just carrying forward the point that I was just making. Refer to the list of sponsoring companies provided previously in one of my videos, and then correlate it across your specialization and then the region. If you've done a bit of analysis in the past, I know you're all like professionals planning to take your career to the next stage. You would understand what I mean. Use this source of information. Use the list of sponsored companies provided in my previous video. Visit the video. I've provided some good guidance and I've got some good feedback for it, and work accordingly. Construct a strategy around that. And if you're a new graduate, focus specifically on Cambridgeshire and Peterborough, as I just mentioned. And then devise strategies, again as mentioned in the previous video, devise strategies on contacting local regional recruitment consultancy, because these recruitment consultancies focus very heavily on new talent and compete with one another to providing this new talent. Okay, I hope that was quite helpful for you. Just as usual, just leave your comments, like, subscribe, etc. And thank you very much for listening. And yes, the more you support the channel, the more you support my videos, the more it will motivate me to churn them out on a regular basis. So like, subscribe, and please be as patient as you always are and have been. Okay, thank you very much.